Hey guys, we have a cool pistol to show you guys today. It's something new for Ray's collection.
It is the vp70Z.
Made by HK.
It is the Gucci High Point. So, magazine release holds 18 rounds in a double stack, double feed magazine.
So do you want a history or the pricing or why you bought it? How do you want to start this video?
Well, I say let's go from the gun and then we'll go about the gun.
We'll start with what it is. What is this pistol? Go over the features first.
So, you have, this is not a magazine release. It is your safety. So, red means you're dead. So, there you go. So, you can push it with like your index finger. And then, that's pretty much it. You got your magazine release, you got your safety. And sights, yep, it's got them. And then this is your disassembly lever. You pull this down and then you can rock the slide off just like a Walther PPK, etc., etc. The sights are kind of interesting in that, so you got your standard.
The pistol is unloaded, of course.
Yes, so.
Just so we're clear, just
which
check.
It does not have a last magazine bolt hold open. It is the Gucci High Point. But the sights, so you got a notch and then you have another notch on a ramp. And you'd think that would be terrible, but in a weird way, I kind of like it, but at the same time, I kind of like what I'm used to. And I could definitely see it being super easy to just insert something in there, so that way you can have, like, a nice glowy front, or
post,
or
how you
front pose.
Yeah.
Like, it's not technically a post, so
no, I hear you, but yeah.
Front trench, what have you. But it's kind of neat. It's actually fairly accurate. It does not lend itself very much to accuracy because the trigger is basically like a double action revolver, but like a really shitty one.
Although it's not very heavy, it's a very long trigger.
It keeps going, and there is kind of a wall, and I have been able to stage it pretty well, and I'm trying to do it like super slow, but it's got to be like
there's
7 pounds, 9 pounds.
There is no wall.
It's like
the wall is not just like once I think I reach the wall.
It goes a little bit farther.
Yeah.
And it's super creepy, and sometimes you can just pull straight through it on accident, like just like right there. So it's got that nice staple gun trigger, conducive to accuracy, but it's not an awful staple gun trigger. It's an awful trigger though.
Yeah, it's not a good trigger, but I did get a video of you shooting it, so I can put that in now. Stack the first two shots on top of each other. So, accuracy as far as in your hands, fairly comparable to a modern pistol. It being a older design and meant to be cheap. They didn't exactly design it to be the most expensive thing. They wanted it to be polymer, and that was the first, if not one of the first polymer pistols. Certainly one of the most for the mass-produced side of things. They wanted to keep it cheap. As far as my understanding, it did not sell very well, but
no.
But it's a blessing and a curse, because now there are not that many of them.
True, but there's also not that many of them, and I think that they're a really cool pistol. And I wish that they had made more of them. Yeah. I wish that they had just like gone full bore. Like I feel like this could have been that turning point that made H&K not just a Gucci gun, but just like a gun seller. Like they'd have their high price items, and then they'd have their low priced items.
No, certainly, but
now they're just all high price all the time, and they hate their customers.
Which again, the cost. How much did the pistol cost?
So I actually got a deal on this. It was literally just the gun and the magazine. No other accessories, but it's in really nice shape. It's got a little bit of some scratches and stuff, but it only cost me about $700 and $50 shipping.
Which, mind you, that is, that's up there, but I do think it's going to go up in value.
Oh yeah, these things, I was looking around, and this was the only one that it was originally listed for $800, but it's like, listen, it's got some scratches. It's only got the one mag.
And that brought the price down.
And they just dropped $100 immediately.
It's It's a really cool pistol. I've never seen another one of it.
So
Got a chance to shoot it, and did not shoot it well at all. But very cool pistol.
which the back end of it right here, it is not very conducive to a two-hand grip, and it almost wants you to like situate it in your hand like this, like the old G.I. Joe action kung fu grip, and then shoot it like this, because otherwise your thumb doesn't want to go up, and you're sitting there and your thumbs end up doing this one instead of trying to like stack on top of each other with any sort of a modern pistol. But that's because the slide is gigantic, because it needs that weight to hold in the 9mm.
Which this pistol, you know, getting to 750. You know, you can get yourself a high point for like.
I could get like 3 high
Yeah,
points.
no, you can get like a brand new high point for like 180. Maybe find a used one, save like 20, 30 bucks.
Yeah.
And that'll be the next comparison video.
Yep. That one's coming. Something interesting to note is this has super deep rifling, like incredibly pronounced grooves, and that was to like ensure like longevity or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it also allows a lot of gas to pass by the projectile, and so it slows down the projectile. So that means that your high point would technically have a higher muzzle velocity than this H&K. So, which I actually planned on getting my own high point. So we'll have the battle of the Gucci versus the thing, and then we'll have the battle of the high points.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you'll have the Gucci high point, but I'll have the Gucci high point. If that makes sense.
Yes. Which yeah, that's about it. Any closing thoughts? I think it's a solid piece.
It's definitely an interesting thing. There's also something we haven't talked about.
What's that?
And that's its media lore. This has been in Aliens.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What else has been
this
in?
fought through LV-426. You can Lieutenant Gorman in Aliens. He uses one of these. Several of the other Marines also use these. This was the Space Marine sidearm of choice.
And Resident Evil 2.
And Resident Evil 2. I was going to get to that one,
Yeah.
but Leon S. Kennedy fighting through Raccoon City, which, on that note, why in the fuck does he have one of these? Which, I was thinking about that. Like, after I bought this, after we shot, I was like, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Which, keep in mind, Raccoon City, their standard issue sidearm for that police station was the Browning High Power. He could have just had a Browning High Power.
Yeah.
But reality also set in, and station issue guns are usually shit. It is just a fact of life, and that's kind of, it's not like how in the military where they make you like clean it and inspect it before you can put it back on the rack. No, it's just they ride them hard, they put them away wet, and nobody gives a fuck. And that's probably like Leon, I'm guessing, is a bit more into guns, and he was like, I want a nice HK, I want to have a good gun. So I'm gonna buy this shitty, cheapo, bleepo fucking H&K High Point, and, you know, maybe like second, third paycheck, he's gonna go and buy himself like a USP or something, and he's gonna go from having the shittiest gun at the department to having the best gun at the department.
That checks out.
I think that's my headcanon. That's what I think his plan was. Because if you see him in like the later games and also like the movies, which there's this really cool one where it's like the Chechen Wars with zombies and BOWs running around. It's fucking cool as shit. But he's got like a custom 1911, then he's got custom all sorts of other shit. And I think in the fourth one, he was technically supposed to have a Ruger, but then it transformed into an HK, and then because video games, they just sort of like shove the two guns together, and it's an HK USP with wood grips. I know, weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my dumb nerd shit. And Resident Evil 2 is actually the reason I originally wanted this. And then Aliens, I was like, that's fucking Leon's gun.
Yeah.
So it actually happened in reverse. But
and then for this, cool historic piece also.
Yes, it's a very cool, and it's made out of high-tech polymers, and it's got this. I actually really like this nice gray coating on it, and I like, as shooters go, I have definitely handled worse. I have a gun in my collection that has a worse trigger than this, and I will bring that out once I
Okay.
get the better version of that gun.
Okay.
So that'll
Fair
be a
enough.
future thing.
All right.
And yeah. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
No, very cool pistol. Really not comparable to anything else. Like as far as like just all the little quirks it has.
Yeah.
As far as looks, they keep talking like straight blowback, like talking like high point, but we're talking like something just as like historic as this. No, not really, because this is like an innovator to be mass produced, which that's not HK's strong suit of producing cheap affordable pistol. That's kind of what High Point's aim is, just to arm the people.
Yeah, I think like back in the day, the starting price for one of these was like $3.99, which the HK USP back in the day was like $8.99.
Mm-hmm.
So this was literally half the price of one of their USPs.
Yeah, but
So it's which the VP in vp70 is actually supposed to be Volks pistol, which you pronounce V's F's in German. So Volks pistol, people's pistol.
people's pistol.
So that's what it was all about, and it's a shame that they lost that sort of ideal. They kind of got like the VP9 now, their striker fired gun,
Mm-hmm.
but that one's pretty much one of the more expensive, not the most expensive, but more
I
expensive
hear you.
striker fires on the market.
Yeah.
It's not half of one of their USPs. It's like $200 less than, if that.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
it just makes me think of there could have been an alternate universe where H&K gave a shit about their customer base.
It's alright. Police and military contracts make up for it.
Yeah.
They don't need the little customers.
What if it's like a 300 IQ play and it's like the thing that B word happens, and then they planned on the civilians being able to pick them up later.
I see.
It was the play all along, guys.
I see.
They wanted to just shill MP5s, drain the government coffers, and then that way you as a civilian can go and just raid an armory and get bundles of MP5s. This was the plan.
I don't agree with you there, but yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you guys for
Alright.
watching.
Have a nice day. vp70.